I do that. Hey, what up, movie champs? Me and my wife, we saw The Menu. She probably won't go into too much about it. I enjoyed the movie. I don't know everybody's name by heart, but you had Anna Taylor-Joy in it. Of course, Ray Fiennes. You got Nicholas Hoult, which his character, oh my gosh, he was a obsession. But you know, those are top. You got John Leguizamo, but those are the main characters: Anna Taylor-Joy, Ray Fiennes, and Nicholas Hoult. It's basically The Menu. It's about a well-known chef. He has his own private island. You come down there. It's very expensive. You try new cuisines and everything. And, you know, it's all hunky-dory. It's all, you know, regular until something crazy happens and just goes off the wall. So basically, this movie is, you know, going through understanding what people go through to get to a certain status. It shows that, you know, what are you going to do? You know, do you take accountability of what you do in life to get to where you are, or do you remember, or when you get to that status, do you remember, you know, where you came from? Some people forget where they come from. Some people forget, you know, when you become rich and famous, you know, to understand that we all don't start like that. You start from the bottom, and basically it seems like a movie where, you know, you lose your self-worth, you know, because you don't care no more. And I like it. So basically how it starts out, you know, how we have these cooking shows where they show you each dish and they show you what it's come from, where it's made from, the meaning of this, all of that. And it shows, I like that, because each time the dish comes out, they pan to another shot of, you know, the water or something like that, and it shows you each thing. Now the movie does have little funny little moments in it, and it's funny, as you see in the trailer, there's, you know, one scene where they get 45 minutes and you gotta run, and that was kind of funny. But you know, Anna Taylor-Joy's character, she's there, but as you go through, you know, she's might not supposed to be there, you know, and you learn things. But this movie is not where it just gives you everything all at once. This movie puts a little things here and there about what you had to take out of it, you know, what certain people. We have one actress where basically, you know, she's a food critic, and they make these little I forget what they're, patties or tortillas, and have little things on it, and it shows them what they do or what happened and what their lives, things like that. I mean, it's kind of making them remember what you've done in life, you know, to realize, you know, maybe I shouldn't have done that. You know, so but the food it looks beautiful. It's like almost like watching Master Chef, showing and talking about what they made and everything. And as you get more deep into the movie, you kind of understand where the chef is going through. Ray Fiennes is an amazing actor. Just, you know, how his cadence, how he brings out, you can see the pain in his eyes, and he's not like he's taking joy of what's happening in the movie, but he's wanting them to understand that you're here for a reason, to understand that things that you're doing is not good, you know, and you see that he's trying to get them to understand. Now, Anna Taylor-Joy's character, he can see that she don't belong there. She don't supposed to be there. You know, he actually keep asking, why are you there? You know, and you know, what's your name? You know, because everything is, you know, is done for a certain reason. Or also, it shows you that, you know, people use other people. You know, you have the one character, you're like, do you know who I am? Do you know who I work with? And there's like, no, who you work for. You know, we get diluted of, you know, certain statuses, you know, life, what we live and things like that. And it brings it back down to earth that, hey, you're not that special. You know, just because you do this, do that doesn't mean anything. You know, I'm not gonna spoil the end, because the end is good. The end is just a realization that, hey, maybe certain things that you shouldn't do. Maybe you should remember, you know, where you come from. Also remember the things that you do have consequences, and are you doing the right things, or you should be doing that, you know. And I like that. You know, the food, it looked kind of weird. The food looked, I don't know. And also, it shows you obsession. It shows you where maybe you shouldn't be obsessed too much. Also shows you fake people. It shows you people that, oh, I know this, I know that, or this is this and that. Okay, well, then show me how to do it. And I loved it, because, you know, it has a person where, yeah, or this is that, or you are you're this is what it is. Oh, you don't understand. This is stupid. Because people are like that. People are like, oh, you don't understand that. You don't get it. Then when that person is put on the spot to like, okay, then show me how you would do it. And it's just a complete failure. And I like that. And that shows that just because you know certain thing doesn't mean that you shouldn't be just casting people aside just because they might not understand something, because you think you're just Mr. Know-it-all because you know what's in the dish, how is he making it, things like that. Just because you know doesn't mean you will know how to do it. And that kind of brings you back down to earth. Like, hey, you need to just chill. You know, just because humble yourself. That's right, humble yourself, because just because you would know more than the average person doesn't mean that you would know how to do it. And I like that. So this movie has a lot of message in it that it makes you want to take time, it makes you want to pay attention to the movie, it makes you want to just really immerse yourself in the movie, but also makes you think, you know, makes you, am I self-worth? Am I giving enough to maybe society? You know, am I just, you know, really showing something, you know, to people and making them understanding and helping them? Just because somebody not understand doesn't mean you should, you know, belittle them. You know, that kind of shows that in the movie as well, and how, you know, how you belittle, because that's what's the name, I think it's Nicholas Hoult. You know, you don't like his character. His Nicholas Holt's character, he's a Mr. Know-it-all, person that think he knows everything, and he kind of, you know, as you watch that, you see how he's kind of put back down to earth, that hey, just because you know these things, just because you know what's in there, doesn't mean that you're just the ultimate person that will know how to do it. Oh, like John Leguizamo, he's a character basically where he's a superstar. You know, he thinks everybody would just love him, you know, because, you know, I know this person, I know that person, but it gets to the point where, hey, you know, just because you're at this status doesn't mean that you're really that special. So I think this movie just has so many messages in the movie that kind of makes you realize this is a movie. This is not a movie where it's blasting and action. This movie has a story, you know, just like basically a course. You know, you have your appetizer, you have your main, and you have your dessert, and it's built very well. So I think this is a movie that, you know, you're just gonna have to really just pay attention, really immerse yourself in the movie, and then enjoy the movie. And I like that. I like movies like that. I like movies that make you want to think. You know, movies that makes you, like, you know, once you understand it more, you know, what was brought into this movie, what was the meaning of this movie, you know, what was the reasons what they did this. And I like that. And that kind of brings it back down to society. You know, we're always in our phone, we're always immersed. We think we know everything because we can Google it, just because you can read it off. Just because you can read it off doesn't mean that you really know what it is, because we forget ourselves, because we can go to Wikipedia or something like that, but like, oh, you know, this and that, but like, well, can you really break it down for me of what they're saying in this article, or this and that? And sometimes we don't, because we forget ourselves, because it's so easy for us to look up something, just read it, but not really taking the time to understand it. And I think that's what the movie does. It makes you want to understand life, understand yourself, you know, understand your self-worth, and maybe not, you know, and maybe be more considerate to people, be more considerate, because that's the thing. But I think everybody should go see this movie. This is a movie. This is a movie that you want to understand. It's only an hour and 45 minutes. It's a quick movie, but it's a good movie. And the ending, I like that. The way how it ends with Anna Taylor-Joy and everybody, I like it. And you should go see it. The movie's Menu is out. Check it out. But until then, peace.